Hello guys, S2W here as your average consumer. For this pickup, it was one of those shoes that I've tried to resist myself from buying, mostly because of the colorway I really wanted was already released and Canada almost got none unless we had to camp for them. These are the SFAF 1s or Special Field Air Force 1s in the Desert Camo colorway that I have here for a review. We got these later than the rest of the world, but I was able to get this pair at Haven, a local Toronto sneaker boutique on February the 24th. That day, if you wanted a pair, you could have easily bought a pair. Shout out to all Toronto sneaker boutiques that sold them, and especially Nike for giving us enough stock for a shoe that meets demand on the right level in Canada. If memory serves me correctly, the first ever initial launch of this model was during last year November of 2016. Nike found a few top NBA players to market the shoe, including Anthony Davis, Paul George, Draymond Green, DeMarcus Cousins, and Isaiah Thomas. Paying respect to arguably the most iconic sneaker of all time, the Air Force 1s, these new and special iteration of the Air Force 1s is an evolutionized silhouette with a futuristic military boot-like upgrade in mind, with an iconic paracord strap wrapping around the top of the shoe. The first colorways that dropped for men were olives with the gum sole and black with the gum sole, while a few more other colorways were for women. Recently, Nike also released other colorways a month ago and some without the paracord strap and replaced it with another standard strap. But in my opinion, I think the paracord strap just makes the whole shoe pop. When opening the box, you'll immediately notice that the paper itself is designed with stars and also its establishment year. Now let's take a closer look at the shoes. All I can say is, I'm very happy that I was able to purchase a pair, finally, because I've been intrigued ever since the olive dropped. In photos, I honestly didn't think I would like these at all because of the Desert Camo design that somewhat throws me off in a certain way. I'm not sure if it's the placement, the overall shape, or the lack of the camo print or something, but surprisingly, they don't look bad in person at all. The material with the camo print is canvas and by touch feels smooth and crisp. This canvas camo print fabric envelops the back of the sneaker, from top to bottom hitting the midsole of the shoes. Something you should know is that the canvas above the Nike swoosh is very flimsy and flexible, while the bottom part of the canvas under the swoosh is more structured and reinforced. Why? I'll tell you when we look inside the sneaker later on. At the midfoot to forefoot portion of the shoe is made out of an unexpected tan colored grain leather. The premium leather here is so soft and smooth that whenever I apply some pressure, you can see the leather starting to crease already. This leather also makes up the Nike swoosh at both the lateral and medial side of the shoe, as well as at least 50% of the tongue on this sneaker boot that I'll go in depth in just a second. Now because the majority of the sneaker is made out of leather, the shoe does get pretty hot and humid inside. They have implemented a few different air holes for better breathability and ventilation. This includes the standardized air hole pockets at the toe box and a newly designed air vents at the side of the midfoot area of the shoe, 2 on each side. But designed to be a boot style, if you're wearing these during the winter, you'll want your feet warm anyways. Now the tongue at the midfoot area is made out of the same canvas material as the camo print. Then it transitions into the grain leather reaching up towards the ankle area. It's a very interesting design as the canvas material is definitely more thin and form-fitting, so ventilation and comfort should be decent at the midfoot area of the tongue. But the kicker here to this design element happens right at the top portion of this tongue, where a three-fold happens as the tongue folds inwards and coming back out to meet the camo canvas to create a burrito effect, where you can actually tuck the tan colored rope laces in this fold to create a nice hidden lace look. Before I forget, there's also a secret compartment here at the top of the tongue, where you can open the Velcro and see a secret compartment where you can put things inside. But to get into topic, these two straps to me are basically one of the most important visual hits to this shoe. The top strap is a basic flat belt that wraps around the top portion of the shoe and your leg via a small clip, and has a patch stitched on it on the other side with a whole bunch of words and letters on it that you can't really see, presumably the model of the shoe and some other details possibly. The second strap, which is the more detailed strap out of the two, is called the paracord strap. This strap has a buckle instead to attach itself around the shoe, with a unique interlocking design pattern that makes the shoe masculine so much more in my opinion. Although it seems like this strap is stretchable, it is not, and it's pretty much stagnant the way it is. Because the straps are removable, you can take them out if you don't like them, turn the buckle so they show on the medial side instead, or even switch the strap so the paracord is at the top instead. It's really customizable to your preferences. If we take a look inside the shoe, the reason why the bottom portion of the canvas material is stiffer is because they added a felt-like patch at the bottom of the heel area. most likely to minimize heel slippage and increase stability for our fit. The top portion is just canvas. As you can see, it's pretty flabby and moldable and also thin as well. So when we start walking, it will fit and bend more easily to our motion. There is also an insole that came with the shoes. I believe the insole is memory foam, so it will mold to your feet pretty nicely. I don't think the insoles were made to be removable as they placed some glue under it, but since this is my pair, I've taken them out for you to see. Now at the back of the sneakers, there is a short pull tab right up the collar of the heels, then a few extra tab opening for the straps to wrap through basically. And the last tab, well, I think the design team just wants another one there. Another one. The midsole we have here is the familiar and lightweight midsole with an enclosed air sole unit in the heel for long-lasting cushioning and impact protection, with the words air embossed right at the lateral side of the midsole of the heel. Flipping over the shoes, the design is the familiar Air Force 1 outsole that we've been always seeing. At the front and heel section, you will see multiple star designs, and while near the end of the midfoot area, you will see the Nike and swoosh branding. Anyways, here are some special field Air Force 1s in the Desert Camo colorway fit footages. Fit wise, I went true to size and they fit me perfectly, but keep in mind, I do have wide feet. One thing's for sure though, and that is this shoe is the most time consuming shoe to wear and that I own. You can't just simply hope for the best and jam your feet in quickly. I don't recommend that at all. You will literally have to unbuckle the straps first, loosen up the laces up front, put your feet in, and then do the things I've just mentioned in reverse. It's very time consuming, so when you're going to a place where you have to keep taking your shoes off and on, that's gonna be a problem. Comfort wise, I am genuinely surprised at how nicely the memory foam insole felt. To tell you the truth, I've never owned a pair of Air Jordans ever, so I'm not sure if most Jordans feel like this with the insole. I can get into details, but in short, I am just an average consumer, and unfortunately, the Jordans that I actually like are always the limited ones, and it's really hard to get here in Toronto apparently for me, because I always take L's from Nike. Hope that changes soon, but essentially, the insole is what makes this shoe plush and cushionized, very comfy in its unique compressing way. Visually though, they look really dope. The whole military revision lifestyle approach to this shoe, they've done it pretty well. And when you talk about military, you can't avoid camo patterns, and coincidentally, they finally created a colorway with this design, fully fulfilling not only the military aesthetics, but with military premium grade materials as well. So bringing this to pricing. Price-wise, they were $240 Canadian before tax, but with the premium full-grain leather upper, water-resisting canvas material, and the tactical style of the strap designs, these were built phenomenally. But sadly, they did not come with the duffel bag like its initial launch, where you can actually remove the paracord strap off the sneaker and use it on the bag instead. But it's no biggie, it's all cool. As always, let me know in the comments if you are feeling these special feels, or if you already have a pair in your collection. That's it for today, S2W signing off.